quiet of night, I whispered my plea, holding her close, hoping for her decree.
Small brass amulet rattles, beads brushing, distant temple bells, a soft corridor breeze.
You hear that? A tiny brass charm knocking against beads, like a heartbeat folded into cloth. In one pocket, a family's history. In another, a hand pressing a blessing into metal. Welcome to Ancient Echoes. I'm Samnang Bradley. Today, threads of protection, Cambodia's amulets, heirlooms, and the stories they wear.
I'm Sovan Lita. We'll walk through how these small objects are made, why they're kept, and how they travel with families, near and far. We'll also share how to approach them with respect and curiosity, not commerce.
In the next hour, you'll meet a Takeo metalsmith who learned casting from his grandfather, an elder in Phnom Penh who treats amulets like family ledgers, and a monk who speaks gently about blessings. We'll listen closely to hammers, sewing, and market chatter, and end with clear, practical tips for visitors and listeners who want to learn without harming the living traditions they admire.
First, a little context. Amulet traditions in Khmer life are both ancient and very much alive. These objects can be made of metal, clay, cloth, thread, or carved bone. They can be Buddhist images, protective symbols, or simple scraps held for memory. For references and careful sources, check our show notes. This segment is a summary, not an exhaustive history.
Historically, small protective objects existed alongside household rituals, local spirits, and Buddhist practices. In rural communities, an amulet might be made by a village metalsmith, blessed by a monk, and kept by a mother on a child's chest. In cities, the same charm might travel in a suitcase to the diaspora, keeping a family connected across oceans.
Important note, we will not give step-by-step ritual instructions or share private blessing formulas. Those are often sacred. What we offer instead are human stories. Who makes these things, what they mean in daily life, and how communities care for them.
Now, let's go to Takeo, where a small workshop sits between rice paddies and a roadside tea stall. Close your eyes and listen to the clink of tools.
My grandfather taught me to pour metal by feeling the heat. He said the metal listens if your hands are calm. He did small guardians for children's necklaces, tiny Buddhas for travelers. I still make them the same way, with small changes.
He speaks slowly, hands always moving. A small dish of brass filings, charcoal, a wooden ladle stained dark from years of use. He calls some pieces kru, guardian objects, and others simply sangha charms, kept for comfort rather than doctrine.
People come with stories. A woman last week brought a locket her mother had and asked me to cast a copy because she was leaving for the city and didn't want to take the original. She wanted the shape, the feel, not to sell it, but to carry the memory. That request captures a key point. Many amulets are family objects first, portable memory, not commodities. But the line can blur when tourists or collectors arrive, and that's where care matters. Small ladle pouring molten metal, cooling hiss, the tap of a hammer forming edges.
Across the river in Phnom Penh, I sat with Mrs. Chan, who keeps a small cloth packet folded inside a wooden jewelry box. She opens it like reading pages.
My mother gave me this when I married. Inside are 3 stitches from her wedding dress, a tiny coin, and a thread from my son's baby blanket. When I touch them, I remember meals, arguments, the laughter of children running outside. They tell me who we are.
For her, amulets are memory containers. They are not only to ward off danger, they are also ways to carry presents when people are far away. She keeps them near the altar, but sometimes tucks one beneath her pillow at night.
In conversations like these, we heard a pattern: making, blessing, keeping, and traveling. For many families in the diaspora, a small charm is what crosses borders when larger rituals cannot.
Let's move into the workshop in closer detail. The sounds themselves tell us craft techniques and care. Listen to the rhythm. Hammer, pause, file, thread, knot, whisper of blessing words that we will not repeat.
Technically, metalsmiths often use brass, bronze, or silver alloys. Cloth amulets might use cotton scraps, saffron thread embroidery, or incense-scented paper. In our production notes, we've documented materials and asked permission for each recorded sound. Mixers, keep voices plus 6 dB over beds for clarity.
I asked the metalsmith what he listens for. He said, not speed, but balance. That patience shows in an amulet's edge, in the stitch that holds a scrap of cloth for decades.
My grandmother gave me a charm when I left for work. I folded it into my shirt pocket. It was like she was there when I missed home. We buried one amulet with my aunt, not for magic, because she had worn it always. We wanted her to have a thing of the family with her. When we came to Canada, my father put a brass charm into my bag. He said, "Take care of this. Remember who you are." I still have it. Those shorter voices show migration is a living part of amulet life. Objects carry identity. They also raise ethical questions. When is it right to reproduce a charm, to acquire one, or to display it in a museum? The evidence points to community consent, clear provenance, and humility.
I sat down with a monk at a small monastery. He spoke about blessings as communal acts, questions of care, not secrets for sale. He reminded us that protection is relational, more about the network around an object than the object alone.
We bless items so people remember to be kind and mindful. Blessings are invitations to live with care, not a formula. Please understand, the dignity of these practices matters. From a heritage standpoint, collectors and visitors should ask, who does this belong to? Was permission given? Is the item sacred, personal, or commercialized? Our show notes include links to ethical collecting guidelines and local organizations that work with artisans and families.
Practical tips. If you're visiting and you see an amulet, 1. Ask before photographing and accept no if the answer is no. 2. If you want to learn, look for workshops that pay artisans fairly and share context. 3. Avoid buying items explicitly meant for ritual or burial unless the seller has consent and clear provenance. And finally, 4. Listen more than you buy. Stories are the real objects of value.
A quick field checklist. Always get consent. Offer fair payment. Ask artisans about how they want their work represented online. And do not pressure elders or caretakers to part with family heirlooms. If you're unsure, choose to learn. Attend a talk, read our show notes, or support community-led projects. Soft thematic sting, 6 seconds. Bells and strings, a gentle close to the reflective arc.
As we finish, remember this image. A small charm tucked inside a grandfather's shirt, a stitch saved from a wedding dress, a brass guardian warmed in a child's palm. These are not curiosities. They are active threads of care, tying past to present.
Find the full transcript, sourcing notes, and ethical resources in the episode show notes. If you loved this story, please subscribe, share the episode, and consider supporting local heritage projects. Links are in the notes.
Thank you to the metalsmith in Takeo, to Mrs. Chan in Phnom Penh, to the monk at Wat Samrong, and to every voice that trusted us with a small story. Quiet stones, loud stories. I'm Samnang Bradley. Hear Cambodia's heartbeat. Walk the temples with me. Until next time.
And I'm Sovan Lida. The layers matter. Listen to what they reveal. Subscribe to Ancient Echoes for weekly journeys into Khmer life and craft.
Oh, shining diamond, flawless and rare, you stand so quiet, soft in the air. I dared not to rush, you feared you'd flee. Your heart too pure to belong to me. If you turn away, I reach and bind, press my hand, still body and mind. Your brows I trace, your breath I steal. This mark I place is dark and real. From this moment break and fall, hear the spell, obey the call. False love born from sacred lies, second one whispers through closed eyes. Follow me, don't fight, don't run, your soul is caught, my work is done. Empty will, your light undone, under spell, under Sigmund. Crystal beauty, diamond bright, caught between shadow, charm and night. Time won't save you, truth won't last. This vow is carved, the line is cast. My words are smoke, my touch is fire. I bend your heart to dark desire.